Hello. Yes, I'm still here on the bike. Oh gosh, we've got a really exciting lunchtime chat with you today. I am going to be joined by Move with Ben, who is the lead fitness coach at Digme Fitness. So any minute now, I'm going to have to stop. I've already lost some miles already if I'm not stopping properly. So let me see if we can get Ben in on our chat. Let's get the right Ben, that would be helpful. There he is. Right. Let's see if we can get him to join us. So tell me where you are. Hey! Hello!
Am I on? Are you?
You are on, you're live.
Oh, right, that was really quick. I requested
quick.
and it's in. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you? Are you moving or is it just me on my own?
Do you know what? I've just done a workout and yeah, I was gonna, but I've just done a workout.
Looking very warm.
And I need to kind of bring myself back down a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't find the setup for the bike and the and the phone to do both. You've got it spot on there.
Well, this has been my home for the last 30 days. Today's day 30, so yeah, it's all good. It's all good. How are you? Oh, it's so good to chat with you because we've been talking about this for such a long time, haven't we? And we finally nailed.
Yeah.
Oh, finally nailed a date.
How are you feeling with the challenge? Like, how's it all going? How's your fitness coming along?
Actually, I was asked this morning how it's all going, and I think the first week of March was, I'm not going to lie, I had a really sore butt. So I was getting off the bike just like, but now I'm going to miss it. So I can, the guy who, there's a Devon chap who has been in his tent, he's been camping out for one of the hospices in Devon.
Okay.
I've forgotten his name, it's so bad, he'll kill me. And so he's been camping out in his garden for the last 2 years. And he's almost got to the point where he doesn't want to go back inside the house now. I kind of feel the same with the bike. It's like, I know I need to move on to my next mission, but I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. It's good. It's fun.
So so talk to me about where you're at on the distance, because you're working to cycle. How far have you covered?
So we're working to cycle 605 miles between Lisa and I. So Lisa's I don't know if you followed her story, but she had leukemia. Her sister was able to donate her stem cells, and so we've been doing this challenge together. So we should be doing 302.5 miles each. And I can tell you, I've done it.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing extra now. Yeah. So I've done it.
When did you finish it?
When did I finish? Do you know, I need to look because I've had a real issue with connection between Strava and Kaiser and the whole shebang. So I've had to take photographs each day and then upload it. So as of Saturday, I think it was, I'd done 300 miles. So yeah, so I'll be able to let you know. I meant to add it all up.
You can relax now. You've got like a day to spare, right?
Yeah, but I'm still going to keep.
No, 100%. Do you know what? The cycling is really good because obviously I know you're working towards the London. Vertical, right?
I know. I'm so gutted I didn't.
Yeah. Well, could the charity not get you in? No.
Do you know, the charity are swamped because, well, no, all the charities are swamped because they've had to honour all the places from last year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, what I was going to say was actually, when I was teaching the most cycle classes at Digme, I actually got my marathon PB. And, cycling translates really well for running. So 100% keep the cycling up. It's low impact. You'll build strength. You want to go high cadence to, obviously, because a lot of people struggle with their cadence a little bit running, right? So yeah. I'm
just looking, you can't see, can you?
Definitely keep the sessions with Digme up on there, 100%.
Oh, Scott's saying hi. Oh, I am loving the sessions because the kids were like, so are you just going to be just like pedaling? Like, yawn. And I was like, no, I'm going to be doing all the workouts. So I've been getting some PBs in. You can tell a bit hot. It's just been great. Love it.
Nice.
Love it. So yeah. But so listen, this is all about you. It's not about me. It's about you. So can you just For those of you that don't, well, first of all, for those of you that don't know what I'm doing, I'm actually cycling. So a bit of an odd one. So I'm not just kind of like jumping up and down on the spot. you can't see. But for those of you that don't know Ben, this is Ben from Digme Fitness, and we met. It must be coming up 2 years.
Yeah.
How long ago was it? Was it beginning of lockdown?
Yeah, we started the sessions, I think, around, hang on, what is it? Yeah, so the lockdown started towards the end of March. So
30th today.
I think we started the sessions a couple of weeks after.
Yeah.
With Ben specifically.
Yeah. So you and Ben popped up on my Instagram, like, we're going to do a live workout. And I was like, brilliant. I've got my workout kit on. This is great. I haven't got to motivate myself because you guys were there doing the live workouts. And they were so good. So much fun. And it's been brilliant because not only have, you know, were you able to keep us fit during lockdown, but met so many people through that, you know, Kelly and lots of others who we still keep in touch. It's brilliant. Like the fitness crew from lockdown. And of course, you know, working with Digme since then too. So thank you, officially thank you for all that you did for that. But how was, I know we keep talking about lockdown, but how was it for you guys?
No, it was, you know, it was, do you know what, like, so it was obviously it was a very strange time, but what happened was, like, I think what happened with Digme specifically, we closed before we were told to close because we actually had a couple of COVID cases in, I think in two of our studios. And I remember being at Fitzrovia on a Monday night, and I think Gareth, who looks after the operations, called up and said, we've had this happen. And basically I was about to deliver like the run club, which is outdoor. And I was like, he said, we need to close like immediately. So I managed to get the run club out, and we did the run club. And I just remember that vividly because we did the run club, and then it was, I mean, we started it since in between lockdowns, but the next morning, obviously all of our studios were closed. And the next morning, you know, we had instructors in to film YouTube workouts on the Tuesday, and then the Wednesday we started doing the live stuff. And obviously, you know, home workouts is a thing. It's always been a thing, but it was never a thing for our business at the time. You know, so it was a massive thing. We had 8 studios across London at the time, and they just closed overnight. So my immediate personal thought was, you know, how can we keep the business going? And we spoke, and we got the live workouts going. Then Digme at Home came off the back of that. And then we had an amazing team during lockdown that just worked relentlessly, whether it be the IG, the Insta Live, or the back end. We had, you know, Rebecca, who I think you've met on email, Rebecca, and her team were incredible, because what we managed to do was get our fleet of bikes out from all of our studios. So each studio has an average about 50 bikes, you know. And you can imagine the challenge of logistically doing that, trying to create a new business, and some revenue for the business. And we got our fleet out within a couple of weeks. Like, they were just going like, you know, pancakes. It was just about reacting together. So I just remember it being like a feeling like everyone was really working so hard together from afar to just keep everything alive. And we've managed to just do that. We've had some real challenges recently, which we can probably talk about, but we're confident now that the business does have a future, which is incredible, because, you know, so many businesses sadly have gone under, which is so sad, you know, because people put so much into boutiques, into health clubs. A lot of them are startups in London. You put so much into them, and then something like that to happen, and it's just go overnight. You know, it's really hard, but like I say, we feel like we've managed to keep things going.
I mean, it's watching it from, you know, obviously you guys are miles away. You're in London, I'm in Devon, but watching it from, you know, where I'm literally physically sitting. I used to run a boot camp myself, so I know exactly what you guys must have had to have done to put that in. But it just seems so seamless. It's like swans, you know. You just go like, yeah, it's all good, it's all fine. Underneath your feet are just paddling away, but every single one of your instructors showed up. They smiled. There were connection issues, there was music issues, but you know what, it didn't matter. It just didn't matter. It was just brilliant.
That's it. I mean,
I'll never forget lockdown because of the fitness that you guys did. It was amazing. Yeah,
that's so nice, and I'm so glad that you found us, and that's amazing that we were able to reach out to more people, and you know, with the help of Ben, it was just great to be able to do that, because it's such an important tool that can be used, you know, whenever, fitness. And like you say, the team were incredible, like, you know, navigating, working out from home and shifting, you know, your sofa, everything like that around to teach a session, trying to get the quality as good as possible. It was an experience, and something that we're you know, proud to have done, and it's obviously continued with Digme at Home platform now as well.
I remember emailing you going, please don't stop, because my gym closed down, and I was just like, oh my god, now what? Because when you find somewhere that just gets you, you know, you just find your tribe, as it were. It just makes a big difference, doesn't it, when you can work out with like-minded people that, you know, having fun, but also, you know, you're being pushed. Then what? So yeah, I do remember. I'm sorry if I bullied you. I was like, please don't stop. How can we make
never? Yeah, I think the plan is now. It's just a case of, we've been in this position now where we're kind of getting the business. It's like we've launched this revival sale, and that's exactly what we're working to do: revive the business and rebuild the business. It's been a really tough time, but the vision is to just spike up the Digme at Home, and rebuild that as well, and get a brand new studio. And to film, you know, workouts and have regular, you know, recorded uploads on that as well.
I love it. I mean, well, you know how much I love it. I tell you all the time. But it's just great. You know, if I can't make a class, I know that I can go online and I can just have a little look. I can pick whichever workout that just resonates, whether it be, you know, on the bike, or a stretch, or, you know, breathing, or I don't know, hit meta strength, which we need to get you back on a timetable for, please. Just going to put it out.
I'll speak to Dan. We'll basically, like I say, we're trying to get the studio sorted.
I'm giving you a hard time.
Once that's the problem I have is, because I'm in London on Tuesdays, it's just I need to have a studio in London to be able to deliver it, basically. And at the moment, we've only got Cycle in our Covent Garden Digme at Home studio. Where we, as you know, we run the classes from there, and there's no hit space at the moment, but that's what the focus is, to have like a, you know, two for one.
The good news is that we all love it, which is just brilliant. And like I say, it seems so, I'm sure behind the scenes it's just like, but from a client point of view, it's just brilliant. It's really seamless, so please don't stop. don't stop. Right, so we know you as, you know, Ben from Digme Fitness, What's your backstory? So just give us a little bit of, you know, what were you doing before Digme? How did you get to be where you are now?
So I qualified as a personal trainer when I think when I was 18. I'm 31 now, so that's a fair few years. I've maintained myself in the industry, which I'm proud of, because it's not it's not an easy industry to you know, create a career for yourself, because, you know, you have to have that drive, you have to have that motivation. You get a lot of setbacks, you know, you have to have that continuous, what's next, what can we do, what can I do, you know, how can I inspire people. So that's where I started. I worked abroad in fitness roles as well, but I come across Digme, so worked abroad in, you know, in fitness roles. I worked in Egypt, Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt, in a 9-month contract there, which was really fun. And then I found Digme when I was working with Joe Wicks, the body coach in Richmond, and I came to my first Digme class there, and absolutely loved it. And so that's how I found Digme, and so it was and then I've kind of been here for 3 or 4 years. I think 2018 was when I came on board full time, and then Digme started in 2016. So yeah, previously I was working with Joe, the body coach in Richmond, and I started in a role there where I was helping with his plan, his 90-day plan at the time. Now has his own app. Alice has said hello, I think there. Alice, hello.
Hi.
So I was doing that, and basically supporting his clients, and then I kind of started doing what I called at the time the 505 Club. Basically, there was 50 staff working in the office, and we didn't at the time have a gym within the office, so I created a 505 club to basically get the staff active after work. And I think from there, Joe realised, like, you know, my passion and whatnot for fitness, and I eventually started helping support him. And I went on to, you know, I've delivered workouts on his YouTube channel and Facebook and whatnot. So that was the background before I started going to Digme. And of course, it links in because that was in Richmond, and I wouldn't have found Digme if I wasn't in Richmond. I wouldn't have been working in. So it's kind of like a really nice transition for me into what I'm doing now.
I love, you know, signs and synchronicities are just, it's funny, isn't it, when you look back? It's like, wow, if that hadn't happened, you know, sliding doors, isn't it? If that hadn't happened, you know, what happened? So were you friends? How did it all kind of come about? Did you just bump into him and just, oh yeah, I do fitness too? How did it all come about, that first meeting?
So after I worked in Egypt, I was doing personal training, and I'll be honest, I didn't really know much about him at all, like, at the time. I think he was starting to grow, and one of my clients shared a recruitment thing. So I was looking for a role that was can give me some stability, not just PT and self-employed. It's hard, like, you know, it's really hard to keep it going. So I was looking for some stability, and he shared it, and I applied. They were recruiting at the time, and we had like an interview process. So yeah, just like anyone else, went through an interview process, and then I got on really well with him from the start, and still get on really well with him. And I basically kind of maneuvered myself, if you like, into a role that I wanted to do. And you know, it happened at the time that I kind of plateaued, and there was no room at the time for me to do that kind of stuff, and I didn't want to just plateau, and you know, so I moved on. But I had some incredible experiences working with him. I delivered a workout at Stamford Bridge, a warm up on the pitch with 1,000 people, which for me is, you know, I'm a Chelsea fan, so amazing stuff.
Quite a big deal.
Yeah, it was unreal. Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, after the workout, we were just playing football on the pitch, like me and some of the guys from the team, recreating goals that we were brought up. You know, one of my mates was like an Arsenal fan. We was recreating. I think it was the Canu goal. You probably won't know.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that famous goal. So he was like in the corner, and he basically takes it around a couple of Chelsea players, and he whips it in the goal. So it was just like really fun. But yeah, like I say, it was a great time, great experience.
Love it. I could talk to you for hours about all this kind of stuff. So we know you, like I say, as the guy that keeps us all going, but there must be times when you just need to stop and relax.
I've got Dan.
Tell me, do nothing.
There's a Liverpool goal there, Dan, as well.
Sorry, say again?
I've just seen Dan's put his emoji over the. So Dan's actually the class I went to in Richmond, was the very first class. So yeah.
Sorry, go on. No, I was just going to say, so you're a new dad.
Yeah.
And you've got Tiny, who we just love, who's your dog. Busy job, lockdown, craziness. What do you do to chill? What do you do to just turn everything off and relax?
I actually enjoy playing football. I try to read, actually, and I would like to do more reading. I try to read when I'm on the train.
Yeah.
And I find that helps. I also like to listen to like really calming music or podcasts, just like generic stuff, I guess, you know. Yeah. Like walks, out and about walks. For me, there's nothing better than a nice walk with a podcast where you can just be present in what you're listening to, or walk, or just be present with people around you that you're not distracted, and so often that's hard because there's so many distractions, you know. It's a constant, like, nowadays work is just all the time, isn't it? Like, you'll get a message and it'll distract you, and you'll be quite relaxed, and you'll be like, thinking about something else.
Well, especially after what you were saying about, you know, the last 2 years, it's, you know, and it's almost like we can always be disturbed, can't we, unless we choose to turn off all our notifications, and we're very strong and don't look at emails and that kind of stuff. But yeah, walking.
I think, like, I do like to leave my, the most relaxed I'll ever be, or most calm and, you know, content I'll ever be, is probably actually when I leave my phone for a few hours at home and go out with people. And that's like, yeah, and that tells us something, doesn't it? I spend way too much time on my phone. Like it's yeah, but it's something you have to work with, and it's how things are now, isn't it?
It really is. In fact, I've got 2 teenagers. Can't believe how old they are, how old I am. And it's almost like they have a competition about how less time they can spend on their phone. They're like, go on, what's your screen time?
Oh, that's good.
I'm like, yeah, which is brilliant. But when they keep me accountable,
that's brilliant.
I better just delete it.
So what is their screen? What is their screen time like? How?
Actually, they're both studying for exams at the moment. So we've got A levels and GCSEs ongoing.
Oh right, okay.
Oh god. So it's quite stressful. So they use their phones when we're travelling to swim training, because they swim a lot. So they use the apps on their phones in order to study.
Okay.
So they tell me. No, they
Tricky.
do. So obviously, if we have that discussion about what's the screen time, then potentially I'm shooting myself in the foot, because they obviously have to find a way in order to study because it takes us, we allow an hour to get to swim training, so it's a 2-hour round trip. So it's a little hectic. But no, it's an interesting conversation, and I always lose or win depending on which way you're looking at it. My screen time is always way higher than everybody else's, because, well, I use my phone a lot, and I use it to do lives and when I'm on the bike, so yeah, it's an interesting conversation. But yeah, morning walks for me, it's just the best way to start the day. And the sunlight.
I like you. You're very lucky where you are. I love your where you can go. It's lovely.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But you're not far from Richmond, are you?
About fair way from here. Yeah, no, I commute in. It's probably an hour drive actually.
Oh wow!
And I get the train in.
Yeah.
I try to get the train to Clapham and then come back on myself. Yeah. So I mean Richmond's incredible, like really nice.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, beautiful. The deer, amazing. Just love it. So you have done 6 marathons.
Yeah, something like that. 6, 7. I'm not sure. I'd need to like write them. I've done. One or 2. I won't really. Yeah. I can read them off if you want. I mean, I think the first one. I'll chat about the first one, because the first one is the one. Basically, when I was 6, I think when I was 6, I was watching my uncle do the London Marathon, and I just remember him being a hero on the day, just this absolute hero. We, as a family, it was the Run Forrest Gump film, and we had a sign that said "Run, Tony, Run." We were all on Tower Bridge, and I just remember meeting him after, and I was just like in awe. And I just think I remember from that day, I was like, I'm going to do a marathon one day, and I think I was at 6 years old. So then that was the original, and it was just the most incredible. I've had some incredible experiences running marathons, and the thing is with mine, I think all of them have different meanings. I've ran for my nan, I've ran for my granddad, I've ran for my football manager who sadly passed away, and I grew up playing football for him for 10 years. Some really lovely, and like yourself, as you're moving with the charity, it's like it cuts deep. You're going to be. It's an emotional thing, especially if you watch the London Marathon.
These last 2 months than I've cried ever, I think.
Yeah, exactly. You're on a journey with the work you're doing. It's incredible, and I think that's what for me. I was speaking to my brother earlier today actually, and he's doing the Brighton Marathon next Sunday. Yeah. A week Sunday, and I'm going to try and go down to watch if I can get the go ahead from my missus, because it's just the most empowering day, I don't plan to do one this year. I'm not although I want to get my 5K down. I'm going to start training for that in a couple of weeks. But I think when you go down there and you see people, you see how how much people put in, how emotional, how people are just, it really is, and that's what you have to remember for yourself when you're getting into the training. you know,
Yeah.
and when you get into the tough moments of the training and the long runs, you have to remember how much, you know, the amazing work you're doing.
We have to remember, thank you, you have to remember your why. I've always said, and if you know your why, then you're pretty much halfway there, aren't you? But I've done London now, I've done it 4 times. So I was really hoping that I could get a place for this year. So it would have been nice. Signs and Synchronicities, number 5 would have been amazing. But Tower Bridge, whenever I see Tower, I've cried, I think, every time going over Tower Bridge, because it's the emotion, it's the noise, it's such an iconic part of the race, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I did it last year actually, and I did the Brighton Marathon a few weeks before, and I got a really late entry for London. So it wasn't the best. It was an amazing day, but it wasn't the most enjoyable, I'll say. It was an amazing day, but it was really hard, basically.
Yeah.
In a nutshell. But yeah, I think that's definitely the best one, London. Ridiculous in atmosphere. I mean, even just lining up at the beginning, you know, at the start, you've got so many people around you. Yeah, I honestly, I get goosebumps definitely. And the music, when they start playing the music, when they advertise on TV, oh my God, that music gets me every time. I know the one you mean. I know the one.
Yeah. But it's going to be different for me this year because I didn't get a place, so I'm doing the virtual run. So
you can jump in at the start. There's a lot of people.
I'm really short, Ben. I'd never get over the fence.
You know what? A lot of people did that. I think a lot of people actually did that last year. But no, that's not allowed. You shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, no. Have you thought about where you're going to run it?
Well, that's the problem. Is that London, in comparison to Devon, is very flat. So, so wherever I go around here, it'll be hilly. But I just thought, you know, I can either just not do it, and that's not the point. I've always said if I didn't get a place, I'll do the distance anyway. And I'm kind of thinking, do you know what? I'll just make it fun, and it'll be really cool to get, you know, someone different to run a mile with me the whole way through. So, you know, that'd be quite fun, I think. So I might probably cry a lot, but yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I am definitely going to do the distance. It won't be a PB. That doesn't matter. Yeah. What matters?
That would be nice doing it with someone different each mile. That'll be good.
Yeah, I think that'd be quite good fun. So if you're in Devon on the 2nd of October, come and do a mile. But yeah, it's like I say, it's not about you know, how fast or how slow, or it's just about getting round and like I say, raising the funds and the awareness for charity.
Yeah.
That's what that's all about. So what is next for you?
So I mean, we are, for me personally,
both.
So I think I mean, training wise, 5K, I'm going to start a new 5K training program in I think next week, and that's actually a program that I'm kind of putting together myself to like test run. Because I'll release it like later in the year. And then, so that'll be my next focus. I do a lot of running at the moment with the buggy. So,
I saw that.
It's just, I'm just going to mix it up a little bit, and I'll do a lot still with the buggy, but I'll try and get a few more that's just me doing the training. Yeah. And I think that 8-week block will give me some good structure and focus. So looking forward to it.
Good. And what about generally? Have you got any right, this is on my bucket list, I'm going to make sure this happens this year or in the next 5 years or whatever?
I think, to be honest, I mean, I've been so focused on like with Digme and stuff at the moment to get us back going. So I think that's a big focus for me, is to get things moving well. We've got the 4 sites now, and we hope to be able to open more again next year. So that's a real big focus now, to get the ones that we do have really making, you know, profitable, and then we can move forwards. And the same with, you know, the Digme at Home platform as well, just getting that going. So that's a big focus. And then, you know, I have my other stuff as well that I like to do, my own, you know, private work, which I like to do. So got a website that I've been working on, so I'll get that out. And once I've got I'm going to do this program, and I'm going to start to get that out, and that'll be a bit more next year, I think, the program stuff.
Keep us posted. Keep us posted.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah, no. So they're the main ones. Like for me, like work's a big thing, but I think that's where I'm at the moment.
And will there be? I know Kelly will kill me if I don't ask you. Will there be any more Ben v Ben workouts?
Maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe. It probably would be nice. We did do a catch up one. I think last year at some point. So
yeah.
So maybe another workout. Maybe like something a little bit different. I don't know. Like maybe like catch up, walk and chat, or
Actually, cool.
yeah. Like that would be good. Yeah. Maybe. I saw him a few weeks ago. I know he's had an injury, so I think he's going skiing soon, but yeah, maybe.
That'd be cool. That'd be really, really cool. Thank you so much for your time. It's been brilliant. I've done a few miles, got my miles in today.
Nice.
Penultimate day, and thank you really much for your time. It's been great to catch up with you, and thank you and your Digme crew for everything that you do for us because it's great. It's just brilliant. And like I say, I know it's been really stressful for you guys, but behind the scenes, but we don't see any of that. So thank you for being brilliant.
Good. You shouldn't see any of that. And well done. And it's a pleasure. And well done on your incredible month. And it's on to the next one now. You've got to keep moving forwards towards the marathon.
Yep. On to the next one. So this behind me is a whole wall chart of all the plan. So
okay.
It will get filled up. I keep meaning to do a story where I can sort of tell people what's going on there, but I will. I keep saying I've got a whole year, but actually we've done 2 months already.
Yeah, exactly.
Flying, absolutely flying by already. But hey, all good. Ben, as ever, thank you so very, very much for everything, and keep in touch. And thank everyone at the Digme crew for everything that you do. It's great.
No problems at all. Well, will do. And have a nice afternoon. And lovely to talk to you.
And you. Thank you very, very much. I'll speak very soon.
All right then. Bye.
I've got to keep pedaling. Cheerio.
Bye.